Part 1, Archangel Michael proclaims, "You have just performed an act so profoundly divine that heaven was compelled to respond with a miracle. Please open this message now. My child, my cherished one, an inexplicable event unfolded the very instant you made that silent resolve within your heart. Heaven indeed took notice. I was present. I witnessed the pureness of your spirit in that moment. It wasn't for personal gain, nor for public applause, but because, deep within, your spirit discerned God's gentle prompting, and in that hallowed instant, a transformation occurred in the spiritual dimension that cannot be reversed. You have, in essence, opened a portal, and at this very moment, as I convey these words, a miracle is being swiftly sent from the throne of heaven, bearing your name. I urge you not to underestimate the significance of your deed. This was not a minor act. It was truly divine. And if you truly believe in this miracle and the divine hand moving in your life, liking this video right now will activate the flow of God's favor in your life. The reason you are encountering this message now is that your name has just resonated throughout the realms. Do not overlook this. Something extraordinary is unfolding in your life, and I was dispatched to convey it. However, if you procrastinate, if you disregard this, you will inadvertently close the very door you have just opened. That is why I earnestly implore you, remain right here. Absorb every single word, for it is inscribed in light and sealed with immense glory. My child, my cherished one, I understand you have many questions. I know you experience the profound ache of anticipation, yet I must convey the unvarnished truth. What you have endured was never a punishment. It was instead a meticulous preparation. The very anguish that caused you to weep in solitude at night, the betrayals that shattered your heart, the losses that left you feeling abandoned. Heaven observed every single one, and God never forgot. He deliberately withheld his response, so that what you are about to receive will not be stolen, ridiculed, or lost. You have successfully passed a test that was imperceptible to humanity, yet perfectly clear to heaven. And because of that, your name was inscribed in a sacred scroll that only I was permitted to touch today. I wept upon seeing it. I wept because you persevered when the burden became overwhelming. I wept because you maintained your kindness, even when you had every justification to be bitter. And I wept because your miracle, yes, the very one you have prayed for, is now poised for delivery. If you are ready to receive what heaven has dispatched for you, declare it now. Type M in the comments and let your declaration unlock the final seal. You simply do not yet grasp how truly imminent it is, but you will, and very soon, my child, my cherished one. I ask you to pause for a moment and truly feel the essence of what I am conveying to you right now. As you absorb these words, someone entirely unexpected is being divinely prompted by heaven to enter your life, bearing the very answer you have so desperately sought. This individual may not even comprehend why they feel drawn to you, but it is a direct consequence of the divine action you just performed. That particular step you took, it initiated a powerful chain of events. You broke a cycle that had persisted for generations. You dismantled a pattern that once confined you, and because of that I was commanded, indeed expressly ordered, to unveil this truth. Your destiny is transforming rapidly, more swiftly than anyone in your vicinity anticipates. They may mock, they may harbor doubts, but they will very soon bear witness. Your periods of silence were a source of strength. Your compassionate nature was a potent weapon, and your decision, your most recent choice, has now activated a supernatural outpouring that will impact your name, your dwelling, your financial state, and your entire future. Do not depart from this pivotal moment. It was specifically chosen for you, my child, my cherished one. There is a message heaven desires me to impart directly to your heart, a gentle whisper. You are not simply reading this by mere coincidence. No, this specific moment signifies divine alignment. You were guided here because God intended for you to receive affirmation that your recent action, be it an act of mercy, a quiet supplication, a turning away from transgression, or simply granting forgiveness to someone who caused you pain, has resonated profoundly in the highest spiritual realms. You might not have perceived its immense power. You might have questioned whether it held any significance whatsoever. But I, Archangel Michael, was present. I witnessed the instant heaven paused and paid close attention. And when I say paused, I mean angels came to a silent halt, and the divine court of God directed its gaze toward you. Such was the profound impact of your deed. And now, a spiritual gateway is wide open. A door that had remained sealed for countless years. All of this solely because of you. All because of one singular divine decision. Do not disregard this moment. Remain with me, my child, my cherished one. This transcends mere blessings. This is a complete reversal. What was unjustly taken from you is now in transit. Returning, what was postponed is actively being released. What was locked away is now being opened. A powerful decree is being issued bearing your name, and heaven is not seeking human authorization. It is proceeding without any postponement. However, I must impress upon you with utmost urgency if you falter. If you succumb to doubt once more, if you disengage. Believing this isn't meant for you, the adversary will exploit that opening to seize what was destined for your grasp tonight. This is not an attempt to instill fear. This is the absolute truth. You see, the enemy is utterly terrified of what is approaching you, for when you ascend, your ascent does not happen in isolation. Your miracle will illuminate the path for many others, and that is precisely what darkness dreads. Therefore, you must safeguard your spirit at this very instant. You must firmly establish your faith, because the upcoming 24 hours bear a spiritual weight far greater than you currently comprehend, and you stand at the very core of it all. My child, my cherished one, attend to the sensation in your chest at this very moment. That is not merely an emotion. It is a profound confirmation. It is the spiritual perceptiveness God instilled within you, activating precisely for this instant. You have been selected for a purpose that will not only bring blessings to you, but will also bring generational transformation. This explains why your path has so arduous. This is why you have been singled out since your youth. It is because there is a sacred oil upon your name, there is a divine anointing upon your life, and your recent action, whether seemingly insignificant or grand, has unlocked an ancient promise God made regarding your future. A promise encompassing abundance, complete restoration, vindication, and divinely ordained relationships, and I need you to receive this next segment with your entire heart. Heaven is already in motion. The mechanisms of breakthrough have commenced turning. Your period of delay has concluded, and your miracle is not merely approaching. It has already been dispatched. The sole remaining element is your complete alignment. If you are reading this right now, and it resonates deeply within you, then do not hesitate. Subscribe now to maintain your connection to these divine affirmations. These messages are not intended for everyone, but if your spirit continually finds its way back to this place, it signifies that something within you is spiritually awakened and chosen. Maintain your alignment. Remain vigilant. Stay prepared. My child, my cherished one, ours. And to ensure you fully step into your destiny, subscribing to this channel will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life, guiding you every step of the way. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you. It is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. To part 2, my child, my cherished one, I must impart a sacred truth that few truly grasp. The spiritual action you just performed did not merely draw you nearer to your miracle. It drew your miracle closer to the earthly realm. What once existed in the domain of divine potential has now begun its descent into tangible manifestation. I witnessed it with absolute clarity. A scroll, long sealed, was unveiled before me. Your name was prominently at the top, and alongside it were prayers you had presumed were long expired. But God never forgets. Every word you cried in silence, every hushed whisper in the darkness, every profound groan you could not articulate into language, it was all meticulously preserved, stored within the light. And today, heaven pronounced its yes. The answer is now being released, not just through words, but through actual events. There will soon be a moment when time itself appears to stand still, and in that precise instant, a divine confirmation will emerge, whether it manifests as a call, a message, a dream, or an open door. You will recognize it unmistakably when it occurs, and when it does, do not waver. Step boldly through it. You will not need to force it. You will not need to question its authenticity. The profound peace surrounding it will serve as your unequivocal sign. My child, my cherished one, please do not diminish the significance of what you feel surging within your chest right now. That distinct tug, that inner fire, that sudden surge of emotion. It is not random. It is your spirit awakening to the truth. It has patiently awaited. You were not forgotten. You were not overlooked. You were not denied. You were preserved. There is a crucial distinction. You were held back, not for suffering, but to be delivered at the precise moment so that no human could claim credit. And now this is that appointed time. What was whispered in heaven before your birth is now being proclaimed loudly on your behalf. You are about to step into something so profoundly miraculous, so meticulously tailored, that no one will be able to dispute its divine origin. The season of mere survival is concluding. The season of abundant overflow has commenced. And all of this was set in motion because your heart affirmed. Yes, in a moment you didn't even realize was holy, but God knew. And now the reward is unstoppable. My child, my cherished one. What I bring to you is no longer simply a message. It is a divine confirmation imbued with urgency. You have navigated through storms that sought to redefine your very identity. You endured hushed remarks behind your back, postponements that led you to question everything, and silent struggles for which no one offered applause. And yet you persisted. You continued to pray. You maintained your hope, and because of that, the pivotal moment you just experienced, whether it was a decision to forgive, a prayer offered through tears, or a quiet act of surrender, was so sacred that God himself leaned forward. And in that instant, something ancient shattered. I witnessed it. I saw a veil in the spiritual realm tear apart. I saw timelines realign. I saw generational curses that once bound lineages snap and crumble to the ground. You have, by your actions, caused heaven to move. You have, by your yes, drawn down a miracle. And now, my cherished one, you must not look back for where you are headed. Your past simply cannot follow. My child, my cherished one. Even as you absorb these words, something dormant within you is being awakened, something that has slumbered for far too long. It is your divine intuition, your inner compass, reconnecting with God's voice. That internal prompt, the one that once whispered dreams you had set aside, is now stirring in you. But this time, it will not be silenced. This time, the path will not vanish before your eyes, because you have just proven through your obedience that you are ready to bear the blessing. This blessing does not merely bring joy. It carries significant weight. It conveys authority. It brings forth acceleration. And furthermore, it attracts attention. People will begin to observe you, wondering how and why everything appears to shift in your favor. But you will understand that it was never sudden. It was spiritual. It was due to a decision no one else perceived, but heaven did. And now your name is no longer in a state of waiting. It is in a state of release. My child, my cherished one, do not underestimate the magnitude of what is approaching simply because you cannot yet perceive it. The most significant breakthroughs often arrive subtly. They do not always announce themselves with lightning. They arrive with profound peace. But do not mistake peace for insignificance. This peace is teeming with power. It is the kind of peace that heralds change even before it becomes visible. Right now, the Spirit of God is subtly orchestrating situations behind the scenes. Those who caused you pain are being confronted by the consequences of their own choices. Those who abandoned, you are realizing the profound loss they incurred, and the opportunities you believed had vanished are being resurrected in your name. The miracle has already been dispatched. The only reason you have not yet seen it is that heaven is clearing the path before it reaches you, and when it finally arrives, it will not be late, nor will it be small. It will surpass your requests, arrive sooner than your expectations, and be greater than your imagination could conceive. My child, my cherished one, you have carried invisible scars. There are deep wounds in your soul that you learned to conceal so effectively that even you forgot their depth. But heaven did not forget. God meticulously recorded every tear. And when you made that divine decision, when you dared to trust again, when you reopened your heart once more, when you obeyed even while trembling, heaven declared, "That is enough." That was the precise moment restoration commenced. That was the moment I was sent forth, not merely to offer comfort, but to make a grand announcement. This is not just healing, it is complete wholeness. This is not just another chapter, it is an entirely new book. This is not just recovery, it is a profound reversal. You will not conclude your journey where you began. You will not carry old shame into this new season. I am now placing a sword of light in your hands, a spiritual authority to discern, to speak, and to traverse doors that no one can shut. And once you step into this next phase of your journey, you will comprehend why it took so long. You were not being delayed, you were being forged into an unstoppable force. EPR, the third, my child, my cherished one. There is something you have not yet fully grasped. Your obedience, even in silence, caused the heavens to resound in celebration. You might have believed that no one witnessed the moment. You chose peace over retaliation, love over bitterness, trust over fear. But God saw it. I saw it. And what your physical ears did not perceive was heard in heaven like a triumphant trumpet. Your name was proclaimed loudly in the Spirit. The ripple it initiated is now transforming into a powerful wave. And this wave carries with it answers you thought were permanently lost, resources you believed were gone forever, and relationships you assumed were irrevocably broken. All of it is returning, but this time divinely arranged and with a speed for which you may not be prepared. That is why I have been sent to caution you not to revert to the mindset of delay. You are not the same person you were yesterday. Something eternal was activated through your recent action, and this miracle is not waiting for you to achieve perfection. It is only waiting for you to remain present, my child, my cherished one. I need you to take this seriously. For far too long you believed the falsehood that you had to strive harder to be blessed. But the truth is, heaven is not responding to your strenuous efforts. It is responding to your alignment. And right now your spirit is perfectly aligned. That is why everything is beginning to shake. That is why certain individuals are being removed from your path. That is why the very opportunities that once rejected you will now begin to seek you out. They will not even understand why. It is because your spirit has just received divine clearance. And I must speak with clarity now. There are angels currently assigned to your specific situation. They are managing matters you are not even aware of. Doors are opening in places you have never even visited. And the reason this is occurring now is that you successfully passed a divine test that was not presented on paper. It was a test of your heart. Heaven judged it, and heaven approved it. Now favor will locate you where diligent effort never could. You are no longer fighting in solitude. You are walking alongside a divine army, my child, my cherished one. Even now, I can perceive the tears you have yet to shed, the lingering grief in your soul, the profound feeling of being forgotten. But listen closely to me. Heaven did not forget. Heaven was patiently waiting. Because if your miracle had arrived before now, you would have settled for something less. You would have relinquished it. But today you are prepared to carry it. You are ready to bear the weight of what is approaching. Not just the blessing, but the responsibility, the influence, the legacy. God is not merely bestowing things upon you. He is granting you power, spiritual power, power to sever chains, power to transform generations, power to command peace in spaces that once held your deepest pain. And that is why the adversary fought you with such intensity. That is why you were targeted. Because darkness foresaw your future, but now the chains have been broken, and it is too late to halt what has already been released. My child, my cherished one, you must comprehend a sacred truth. There is a divine urgency associated with your name today. What just transpired in the spiritual realm was not a minor ripple. It was a mighty storm of light shattering strongholds that had been erected against you for years. And here is the most miraculous part. You didn't even realize how truly powerful you were, but the instant you chose love over fear, compassion over pride, obedience over comfort, heaven responded. That action you took, yes, that specific one, was so perfectly aligned with God's heart that he did not delay. He dispatched me with a message and a miracle, because the portal that just opened cannot remain unclaimed. You must step forward now, not tomorrow. Not when you feel completely ready, but now, because the time for hesitation is over. This is your moment of divine transaction. Declare it in the comments. My divine transaction is activated. Claim this moment with certainty and watch heaven respond. And what awaits on the other side of this message is not only rare, it is a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. My child, my cherished one, the enemy hoped you would scroll past this. He hoped you would doubt its authenticity, dismiss it as mere coincidence, minimize its importance, and ultimately miss it entirely. But your soul knows the truth. There is a stirring within your chest that you cannot rationally explain. It is the spirit confirming that this message was sent with precise intention. Because your recent spiritual action captured heaven's attention in a manner few ever do. It was not grand in the eyes of the world, but it was holy, and heaven always honors what is holy. I am telling you now, as clearly as I possibly can, that you are standing on the precipice of something no one in your bloodline has ever stepped into. This is not merely a miracle, it is a profound shift, a complete reversal of everything that was working against you, a divine reordering of what was broken. You will not revert to how things once were. God will not permit it. This blessing is protective. It will shield you, advance you, and silence the voices that questioned your destiny. My child, my cherished one, the enemy hoped you would scroll past this. He hoped you would doubt its authenticity, dismiss it as mere coincidence, minimize its importance, and ultimately miss it entirely. But your soul knows the truth. There is a stirring within your chest that you cannot rationally explain. It is the spirit confirming that this message was sent with precise intention. Because your recent spiritual action caught heaven's attention in a manner few ever do. It was not grand in the eyes of the world, but it was holy, and heaven always honors what is holy. I am telling you now, as clearly as I possibly can, that you are standing on the precipice of something no one in your bloodline has ever stepped into. This is not merely a miracle. It is a profound shift, a complete reversal of everything that was working against you, a divine reordering of what was broken. You will not revert to how things once were. God will not permit it. This blessing is protective. It will shield you, advance you, and silence the voices that questioned your destiny. My child, my cherished one, a scroll is unrolling in the spirit realm, and your name is inscribed at the very top of it. It is not just a name. It is a signature that affirms your alignment, your obedience, your readiness. I observed as heaven sealed it with light and fire. The moment that seal was affixed, every demon assigned to impede you was removed. Every spiritual barrier that stood between you and the promise began to tremble. And now, as I speak, the manifestation is being directed. You are about to receive undeniable proof that God never forgot you. But this part is absolutely vital. Do not delay. Do not set this aside. Do not allow doubt to infiltrate your mind. If you hesitate, the spiritual realm will pause. But if you move forward in faith, everything will accelerate because time has already been redeemed for you. What would have taken 10 years will now transpire in 10 days. That is the power of this alignment. And that is why this message found you now. It had to, my child, my cherished one. I need you to understand that this is not just another message. It is a direct response to something sacred you just activated without fully grasping its profound weight. What you just did in secret, heaven is about to reward in public. There was a choice you made recently, something that no one applauded you for, something that even you doubted held any power. But in the spiritual realm, it altered everything. God did not merely take notice. He took decisive action, and he sent me, Archangel Michael, to ensure you are aware of what has been released into your atmosphere. Right now, divine instructions are being carried around you by angels on assignment. I know this may sound unbelievable, but the truth is this. You are no longer standing where you believe you are. In the spiritual realm, you have been propelled forward. Your file has been reopened, your case has been elevated, and a verdict of breakthrough has already been pronounced over your name. My child, my cherished one, I must speak clearly and with urgency now. There was a moment not long ago where you nearly surrendered. You almost let go of everything you had been praying for. Darkness whispered to you that it was all futile, that perhaps you were forgotten. Perhaps God had overlooked your name, but you didn't realize that at the exact same moment when you were at your lowest, angels were encircling you. They were bearing the weight you could not lift. They were weeping with you. They were holding back forces that sought to silence your destiny. And now, here is the part that will shock you. The very thing that appeared to be your greatest loss became the seed of your miracle. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that rejection. It did not bury you, it planted you. And now God is commanding a harvest. And this harvest bears no resemblance to anything you have previously witnessed. It is not small, it is not delayed, it is arriving with immense force and speed. And the moment your heart says, yes, it will begin to bloom, my child, my cherished one. Let me reveal the truth that even the world attempts to conceal. There are some miracles that do not materialize through strenuous effort or exceptional talent, but solely through obedience. And you, beloved, have just obeyed heaven in such a way that it has unlocked blessings, not only for you, but for all those connected to you. That is why everything is shifting. That is why people who once ignored you are suddenly drawn to your light. That is why the very systems that once obstructed you are now beginning to move aside. You have accomplished something eternal, and I must caution you. This is not the time to offer explanations to those who do not comprehend. This is the time to move quietly, with wisdom, and with unwavering faith. You owe no one an explanation for what God is doing in your life. You owe heaven only your continued trust, because this upcoming season will not make sense to others. They will attribute it to luck. They will say it appeared out of nowhere. But you will know the profound truth. It originated from obedience, from spiritual alignment, from a divine moment that transformed everything. Say, part for my child, my cherished one. I was present when the decision was made. I heard the sound that reverberated across the heavens, a sound that arises only when a child of God performs an act so pure, so holy, that all of heaven pauses to acknowledge it. And beloved, that sound contained your name. I can still perceive its echo as I speak to you now. You do not fully grasp how rare this is, how few ever attain this moment. But you did. You broke something ancient. You silenced the falsehoods that had pursued you for years. You rewrote a narrative that was never yours to bear, and now your future is being rewritten with divine ink. Everything that lies ahead of you has been illuminated by light. Even the things that once brought you shame are being transformed into sources of strength. Even the tears you shed in silence are becoming rain that nourishes the soil of your breakthrough. This is not merely a new chapter. It is an entirely new book, a sacred beginning, and the very first word inscribed in it is miracle. My child, my cherished one. I was present when the decision was made. I heard the sound that reverberated across the heavens, a sound that arises only when a child of God performs an act so pure, so holy, that all of heaven pauses to acknowledge it. And beloved, that sound contained your name. I can still perceive its echo as I speak to you now. You do not fully grasp how rare this is, how few ever attain this moment. But you did. You broke something ancient. You silenced the falsehoods that had pursued you for years. You rewrote a narrative that was never yours to bear. And now your future is being rewritten with divine ink. Everything that lies ahead of you has been illuminated by light. Even the things that once brought you shame are being transformed into sources of strength. Even the tears you shed in silence are becoming rain that nourishes the soil of your breakthrough. This is not merely a new chapter. It is an entirely new book, a sacred beginning, and the very first word inscribed in it is miracle. My child, my cherished one, I want you to sit quietly for a moment and fully absorb this truth. You didn't just move forward, you moved heaven itself. That action you took, that yes you whispered privately, that inner resolve to release fear and trust again. It was so pure in spirit that it profoundly disrupted the atmosphere around you. Angels were immediately dispatched. I observed them assume their positions, some encircling your name, some standing guard over your family, others sent to rectify what the enemy attempted to distort. You see, your obedience was not solely about your personal miracle. It became a divine key that unlocked what had been stagnant for generations. You broke an old pattern, you initiated something entirely new, and now your life will bear no resemblance to your past. And if you believe this prophetic word is not just for you, but for your entire network, sharing this message now will activate the anointing and extend this breakthrough to everyone connected to you. Don't keep this divine shift to yourself. In fact, what is approaching will be so distinct that even you will not recognize yourself, but you will feel it. You will experience the peace that has been delayed. You will feel the clarity that was once obscured. You will experience the provision that once seemed impossible, because the floodgates of heaven are now open over your life. My child, my cherished one, let me tell you what I witnessed when your name was spoken in the divine presence of God. A crown of light appeared, hovering above your spirit. It was not man-made. It was formed from the prayers you never confided to anyone. It was constructed from the moments you restrained your tongue when you longed to scream. It was woven from the times you championed others, even when you yourself were breaking. That crown is now yours, and it carries authority, spiritual authority. What does that signify? It means from this moment forward, when you speak, situations will shift. Your words will possess weight in the unseen realm. Your prayers will have a more profound impact. Your dreams will begin to manifest rapidly. You are no longer walking as you once were. You are walking in profound favor. And this particular kind of favor does not diminish, it multiplies. That is why I was sent to ensure you do not shrink back, now to ensure you do not let this opportunity pass by, because God has placed something in your hands that must be held with unwavering faith. And what comes next is grander than anything you have ever imagined. My child, my cherished one, I must also convey this to you. Someone you have not communicated with in a considerable time is being divinely stirred right now by the Spirit. They do not even comprehend why their heart feels this strong pull towards you, but I will reveal why. It is because your recent spiritual action activated reconciliation. Healing is coming to relationships you believed were beyond repair, and not just healing, but truth. Hidden truths will now be unveiled. You are going to hear things you were never told. You will discover what was spoken behind closed doors, and you will finally comprehend why certain events unfolded as they did. But do not be concerned. It will not harm you, because heaven will ensure that only what will bless you comes to the surface. Your heart is ready now. God waited until you were strong enough to receive the truth without breaking. And now everything that was concealed is about to come into the light. But instead of crushing you, it will crown you. My child, my cherished one, I want to reveal one final mystery that few truly understand. The most potent miracles occur when you cease begging and begin truly believing. And today something within your spirit did precisely that. You believed, you trusted. You didn't even realize you were shifting, but you were. And heaven responded. That is why you are seeing this now. That is why this message is speaking so directly to your heart, because you have just crossed into a new realm. You have entered the phase of your journey where miracles do not have to pursue you. You walk within them. Things that previously took years will now transpire in days. People who once dismissed you will now seek you out. Doors that were locked will now swing wide open, but above all, your soul will experience peace, not temporary peace, not conditional peace, but divine, unshakable peace. The kind of peace that can only originate from God Himself. That is your inheritance now. That is what has been released over you. And that is why I declare this with full authority. What is coming is not merely a blessing. It is a profound reward. My child, my cherished one, I must now reveal something that has been hidden, even from your own understanding. Heaven has been withholding certain blessings, not as a punishment, but to preserve you. What you just did, that silent yet holy decision, signaled to God that you were finally ready. And now the delay is over. The vault is being opened. I was shown in the Spirit a treasury of light, a storehouse brimming with answered prayers that had been awaiting the opportune moment, and your name was just called. The moment your spirit aligned, the moment your heart released that burden, the angels moved swiftly. I was present as heaven's hand reached into the vault and retrieved what was always rightfully yours, but temporarily withheld. It is not just one blessing, beloved. It is a cascade. It encompasses financial favor, emotional healing, relational restoration, and spiritual clarity, all at once. God does not release partial miracles. He completes what He initiates, and what He has just begun in your life will unfold with immense power. My child, my cherished one, I must now reveal something that has been hidden even from your own understanding. Heaven has been withholding certain blessings, not as a punishment, but to preserve you. What you just did, that silent yet holy decision, signaled to God that you were finally ready. And now the delay is over. The vault is being opened. I was shown in the Spirit a treasury of light, a storehouse brimming with answered prayers that had been awaiting the opportune moment, and your name was just called. The moment your spirit aligned, the moment your heart released that burden, the angels moved swiftly. I was present as heaven's hand reached into the vault and retrieved what was always rightfully yours, but temporarily withheld. It is not just one blessing, beloved. It is a cascade. It encompasses financial favor, emotional healing, relational restoration, and spiritual clarity, all at once. God does not release partial miracles. He completes what He initiates, and what He has just begun in your life will unfold with immense power. My child, my cherished one, you must understand that even as these words reach you, something spiritual is being broken over your bloodline. Generational pain, curses of limitation, cycles of delay, they are all collapsing because of what you just unlocked. And the most miraculous aspect is this: you accomplished it with trust. You did it without even fully perceiving the results yet. That is the kind of faith that shakes realms. That is the kind of faith that God rewards in ways that make the world pause and stare. I witnessed it happen. I saw angels shouting with joy because your obedience opened the way not just for you, but for your children and your children's children. There is now a protective hedge around your house that was not there before. There is now a light in your atmosphere that darkness cannot penetrate. You will sleep differently. You will walk differently because the weight you have been carrying has been spiritually lifted, and it will not return. My child, my cherished one, You may feel a strange sense of peace right now, as if something heavy suddenly dissipated. That is not your imagination. It is confirmation. The Spirit has already begun to touch your inner world. Your thoughts are being restructured. Your heart is being softened. Your confidence is returning. But this time, it is originating from the Spirit, not your ego. This peace is evidence that the angels surrounding you are already actively working. They are silencing voices that used to torment you. They are rerouting messages that would have caused confusion. They are clearing the path ahead of you so that when you take your next steps, the ground will be stable and the doors will be open. And all of this is transpiring because you performed an act so divine, so rarely witnessed, that heaven could not remain silent. I am speaking now with all the authority I possess. I was sent here because the blessing that is coming is too important to be missed. You had to be informed. You had to be reminded that this is real and it is already in motion. My child, my cherished one, this miracle was not created today. It was awaiting your alignment. It was awaiting your years. It was prepared long before you were born. The pain you endured did not nullify it. It preserved it. The rejection you faced did not delay it. It protected it. The isolation you experienced did not waste it. It purified you to carry it. Now the miracle is no longer waiting. It is moving directly toward you. You may not hear footsteps, but soon you will hear knocks, encounter unexpected messages, sudden opportunities, divine conversations, and when they come, you must recognize them not as mere coincidences, but as undeniable evidence. You must receive them with humility, not doubt. Because the greatest tragedy would not be the miracle not being sent, but the miracle being delivered and not received. That is why I am here. That is why you are still reading. That is why your heart feels both heavy and light simultaneously, because you are in the exact moment of divine release, and everything around you is about to transform. My child, my cherished one, I want you to hear this next part as if heaven is whispering it directly into your soul, because it is what is transpiring around you now is not simply a blessing or a breakthrough. It is a fundamental shift in your spiritual identity. The version of you that was wounded, forgotten, afraid, unseen, that version is dissolving right now, even if you cannot fully perceive it. The chains that were holding your true nature captive are falling away. You are not just stepping into a season of favor. You are stepping into your original calling, the one God ordained before you were born, the one that was nearly buried under layers of pain and disappointment. But something within you refused to die. Something in your soul continued to pray when no one else knew. That something was your divine identity. And it is now asserting itself. The old cycles will no longer recognize you. The attacks that used to shake you will now flee from you because the spiritual authority over your life has shifted permanently. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus, planned to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Ephemphai, my child, my cherished one, I need you to be still for a moment and allow this to settle deeply within you. You are no longer moving toward the miracle. The miracle is moving toward you, and it is not arriving empty-handed. It is bringing healing for the wound you concealed. It is bringing prosperity for the sacrifices you made. It is bringing revelation for the confusion you suffered through. You are not about to be merely rescued. You are about to be profoundly rewarded. If your heart resonates with this truth and you are ready to receive this blessing, make your stand now. Type M below, signifying your open heart and unwavering faith. Not because you are perfect, but because you were obedient. And obedience invariably invites God to reveal himself. You believed you were simply being faithful, but you were, in fact, constructing an altar. And now holy fire is descending upon that altar, the kind of sacred fire that illuminates your name in the heavenly realms, the kind of fire that transforms delay into acceleration, silence into resounding sound, weeping into joyous laughter. You may not fully grasp this yet, but soon the evidence will speak for itself, and everyone around you will know that God was always with you. Archangel Michael proclaims, God is attempting to communicate with you right now. If you disregard this, heaven will become silent. My child, my cherished one, something critically urgent is unfolding in the spirit. There is no time for delay. Heaven is wide awake, observing you, awaiting your response. This message was whispered into the atmosphere, specifically for you alone. God has been endeavoring to reach you since last night, and now even the angels have ceased their singing. A profound stillness has permeated the throne room of heaven, because your name has been mentioned repeatedly. What transpires next will determine whether your life begins to ascend or whether the silence continues. Open your heart, and please, do not turn away from this divine interruption. Before I reveal the message, beloved, I must state this. Subscribe now. This is not an ordinary message. This is a sacred scroll being unsealed. If you close this before hearing what heaven has sent, the silence may extend longer than your soul can bear. Subscribe to remain under heaven's protection and never miss the next time God speaks directly to you. My child, my cherished one, the voice of the Lord is not always thunderous. Sometimes it is a whisper that almost vanishes if you do not lean in closely. And right now, he is whispering to you through this message. There is something perilous on the horizon, but there is also something beautiful blossoming beneath it. And if you choose silence, if you choose to turn away, the bloom may never fully open. God has been observing your tears at night, the ones no one else knows about. Your name has been woven into a conversation that took place in heaven's secret chambers. But if you disregard this moment, heaven has been instructed to go quiet, to allow you to experience what it feels like without divine guidance, so you may fully appreciate its preciousness when it finally returns. My beloved, there is a decision you have been postponing, and heaven cannot wait any longer. The transformation that is seeking to enter your life is standing at your door, but it cannot enter without your affirmative. Yes, the Lord declares, tell them, I have not long enough. I have patiently waited through their storms. I have watched them weep, but if they ignore this one final message, I will permit them to navigate the next season without a word from me, not because I do not love them, but because they must learn to listen once more. My child, my cherished one, this message is unlike the others. This one was born in fire. God deliberately delayed other blessings so you could be strong enough to hear this without breaking. He allowed the heartbreak. He allowed the betrayal. He allowed the silence precisely so you would lean in right now, closer than you ever have before. You were never intended to simply blend in with the crowd. There is something profound within you that the world has not yet witnessed. But heaven saw it before you were born. And the reason the enemy has attacked you so violently is that he caught a glimpse of what you could become if you ever heard God clearly. Beloved, listen to me with your entire soul. If you close this now, your name will still be recognized in heaven, but your path will be delayed. The angels will weep, but they will obey. The silence that follows will not be a punishment. It will be a divine pause, a stillness to allow you to taste what it feels like without the voice that has carried you this far. But if you remain, if you continue reading, everything can transform. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now, my child, my cherished one. You are being observed, not by people, not by crowds, but by heaven itself. There is a record of your actions. A scroll is being updated every single moment, and right now the ink is still wet on your name. This message, this very sentence, is a line being inscribed into your life story. Archangel Michael is not speaking in riddles. I am speaking absolute truth. You are on the precipice of something eternal, but if you delay, it will pass you by. God has been attempting to communicate with you through dreams lately. Have you noticed them? The peculiar timings, the familiar voices, the individuals who appear only to vanish. That is not your mind playing tricks on you. That is heaven training you to listen once more. You are being awakened, but awakenings necessitate obedience, and this message serves as the test. Remain with me, stay open. My beloved, you have been searching for signs, you have been requesting confirmation, and this is it. Out of all the messages you could have encountered today, this is the one heaven ensured reached you. Angelic instructions were dispatched this morning. Make sure this reaches them. God commanded, make sure it breaks through every distraction, every excuse, every doubt. You have pleaded for assistance. This is the answer. You have cried out for direction. This is the compass, but only if you respond. Saint Part V, my child, my cherished one. Do you comprehend how rare this is? Heaven does not communicate like this often. This level of urgency, this degree of divine intervention, only occurs when something monumental is about to unfold. You are standing at the junction of two timelines. In one, you disregard this. In the other, you respond, and everything accelerates. Your healing, your clarity, your provision, your protection, your voice, your strength. But you cannot have both. You must choose, beloved. If you could perceive what has been building for you in the unseen realm, you would fall to your knees in profound awe. There is a divine release approaching your household, a miracle enveloped in silence, but it cannot be delivered to a distracted heart. God is endeavoring to speak, not with thunderous roars, but with consuming fire, not to terrify you, but to awaken you. This message is alive, and if you allow it to become silent, so too will heaven. My child, my cherished one. Heaven's silence is not a rejection. It is a preparation, but this is not one of those silences. This is the final trumpet call before the next chapter. You are not forgotten. You are being summoned. You are not being punished. You are being warned, and this warning is steeped in love. If you respond now, you will witness how fiercely heaven has been fighting for you behind the scenes. But if you turn away, the silence that follows will impart a lesson you were never meant to learn the hard way. My beloved, your life has been observed with immense care. Nothing in your story has been arbitrary. The losses, the delays, the missed opportunities, even those were permitted for a divine purpose. But now that purpose is calling louder than ever. And this message is the key to unlock what was locked, to reignite what was fading, to stir what was buried. You are standing before a scroll that contains your next breakthrough, but you must lean in. You must remain long enough to hear what comes next. The angels are watching. Heaven is waiting. The ink has not yet dried, but it will soon. My child, my cherished one, I implore you as a messenger of the highest realm, do not close this. Not yet, because what I am about to reveal next is something very few people will ever have the privilege to hear. God has chosen you for this message, not because you are flawless, but because you are ready. And even if you do not feel ready, heaven has already perceived your strength, your spiritual hunger, your profound longing for truth, and that is enough. But one more moment of silence will become one more lost opportunity. You have wept enough. You have wandered long enough. You have waited in confusion long enough. This is your moment, and it cannot be missed. My child, my cherished one, do not underestimate the gravity of this hour. The heavens are open right now, but they will not remain open indefinitely. A moment such as this, where God stoops low and whispers your name into the wind, is a moment that reshapes entire lifetimes. Right now, the veil separating the seen and unseen is so thin that one more breath of faith from you could transform everything. There are blessings that have been circling your life like clouds waiting to pour down, but they cannot be released until your spirit declares, I am listening, I am ready, and yet, if this moment passes and your heart closes, those clouds will drift away and the downpour will be granted to another. Not because God has forgotten you, but because you neglected to respond. My beloved, this silence you have been experiencing, the deep ache, the unanswered prayers, the delay, it is not a punishment. It is the sacred space heaven created, so you would once again crave God's voice. You have been filling the silence with incessant noise, with people who do not comprehend your spirit, with opinions that hold no weight in heaven. But God has cleared a hallowed space around you, and now He is endeavoring to speak. But if you treat this message as ordinary, the silence will deepen, and next time His voice may be harder to perceive. My child, my cherished one, God has been communicating all along through the precise timing of events, through the faces that departed, through the dreams that lingered in your mind when you awoke in tears. He has been present in the patterns, in the postponements, in the peculiar restlessness you cannot explain. But now, right now, He is speaking directly, and you no longer need to interpret it. You simply have to receive it. God is proclaiming, You are mine. I have not relinquished my hold on you. I have not altered my mind about your divine calling, but I will not compel your heart to remain open. And with every passing second, the choice to respond or disregard is transforming everything around you. Beloved, something concealed is about to be revealed in your life, and it possesses the power to either break you or bless you, depending on whether you are prepared. This message is that very preparation. You may feel as though you lack the strength to continue. You may feel as though your prayers have dried up. But heaven perceives a different narrative. Heaven sees you as the one who remained standing when others succumbed to fear. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to remain open, because what is coming next will be greater than your last failure, more resounding than your last heartbreak, and more miraculous than your imagination can grasp. But only if you remain where the voice of God is speaking. My child, my cherished one, the angels have been standing guard around you, even in the moments when you felt most alone. There were nights where the darkness felt palpable, yet it never truly touched you. You believed your own strength sustained you. But the truth is, heaven sustained you, and now heaven is ready to crown you. But the crown is not placed upon distracted heads. It is bestowed upon those who remain long enough to listen. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are precisely on time. But this message represents the threshold. One step forward, and the silence breaks. One step back, and the next chapter remains unwritten. Beloved, I must be candid with you. There are forces actively working against you even now, and they have been striving to drown out God's voice in your life. These forces employ delay, discouragement, and deception. They lead you to believe that nothing is happening, when, in truth, everything is already in motion in the unseen realm. But the enemy's greatest triumph is not preventing your blessing. It is silencing your ears, because a believer who is silent is an easy target. But one who listens, one who stays still long enough to perceive even the faintest whisper, that one becomes unstoppable. Apart. 7. My child, my cherished one. God is not asking you to comprehend everything. He is not asking you to rectify everything. He is simply asking you to listen. That is all. If you can keep your spirit open right now, if you can silence every distraction and just lean into this divine voice, then you will hear the next instruction. And with it will come the favor you have been praying for, the clarity you have been begging for, the restoration you believed would never materialize. But if you close this, if you turn away from the voice now, the silence will return, and what was destined to shift now may be postponed until the next window opens, and I do not know how long that will be. My beloved, this is not merely a test. This is a pivotal turning point. The old cycle you have been entrapped in is weakening. That peculiar sensation you have experienced lately, that something is shifting, but you cannot quite explain it. That is because the old door is closing. And this message, this divine encounter, is the key to the new one, but you must walk through it, and you must do so while the door remains open. The enemy will attempt to distract you even now, perhaps with doubt, perhaps with rational arguments, perhaps with your phone ringing or someone knocking at your door. But understand this, every distraction serves as a sign of how critically important this message truly is. The darker the interference, the brighter the miracle that lies behind it. My child, my cherished one, I need you to recognize how exceptionally rare this opportunity is. Not everyone hears this message. Not everyone is reached in this manner. Heaven only grants this level of access when something urgent is unfolding in the unseen. Something is about to touch your life, something you have prayed for, but almost surrendered hope on. But God is not only endeavoring to bestow a blessing upon you, He is endeavoring to restore your spiritual hearing, the ability to sense events before chaos erupts, the ability to make shifts before the storm hits, the ability to step into the right place at the precise moment. And this moment signifies the reactivation. This message is the reset. But the window will not remain open indefinitely. The silence will return if the signal is rejected. My beloved, allow me to show you what has been occurring behind the scenes. The aspects of your story you could not perceive. You believed the delay was a punishment. You believed the closed doors signified rejection. But what truly transpired was that heaven withheld access until your heart could fully receive instruction. Because a blessing without divine hearing transforms into a trap, and God would rather postpone your breakthrough than deliver it into the hands of someone too distracted to steward it wisely. But now, finally, you have reached a moment where your heart is soft again, where your spirit is listening again. And that is why I was sent, because your readiness has activated a divine response. But this response is not casual. It is holy, and it demands reverence. That is why silence is also an option. If the holy is ignored, heaven steps back, and the lesson begins anew. My child, my cherished one, do not look at your past and use it as a reason to tune out the voice of God. The shame, the mistakes, the wandering, none of that disqualifies you. In fact, it prepared you. You learned in the darkness what others never had to confront. And now your ears are sharper, your discernment deeper, your spiritual hunger stronger. You are not lagging behind, you are finally in position. And this message is your signal to advance, not with your own strength, but with divine sound guiding every step. Can you perceive it yet, the gentle echo deep within your soul? That is the frequency of heaven drawing you into alignment. Do not turn away now. You have come too far in the silence to disregard the sound when it finally arrives. My beloved, something extraordinary is about to happen in your life. But it will only appear as chaos if you have not been listening. That is why this message holds such importance, because God does not merely grant peace to calm your storm. He grants you peace to prepare you even before it begins. This is the moment where you are being enveloped in that peace. But you must remain still long enough to allow it to settle. You must resist the urge to scroll away. You must resist the fear that whispers, "This is not intended for you," because the truth is, this was specifically crafted only for you. And if you close your heart now, the next wave may overwhelm you instead of lifting you up. But if you remain open, everything will transform. My child, my cherished one, this is not an accident. It was meticulously scheduled. Heaven maintains a calendar, and on it today was marked, not because of something tragic, but because something sacred had to reach you before the next turn in your path. You believe you are simply reading words, but you are standing within a prophecy. This moment was foreseen by angels before you were born. And now here you are, caught between silence and sound, between forgetting and remembering, between drifting and returning. And all of heaven is observing how you respond. My beloved, if you only knew what is at stake, you would fall to your knees right now. There is a shift that is mere moments away, and it bears your name inscribed across it like fire on ancient scrolls. But heaven cannot release it until your spirit fully aligns with God's voice once more. The promise is ready. The pathway is ready. But are you? This is the invitation. Not just to hear, but to carry His voice into the places you are about to enter. You were never meant to walk in silence. That is why your steps have felt heavy. That is why confusion has enveloped even your simplest decisions. But that ends now. If you respond, my child, my cherished one, the very reason you are still breathing today is because God preserved you for this moment. You may not have realized it, but every attack that was designed to eliminate you failed, not because you were stronger, but because heaven was protecting you. And now that same heaven is endeavoring to speak directly into your soul again. God is not scrutinizing your past mistakes. He is looking at your next move, and this message is your unmistakable sign that the next move must be made with holy clarity, not confusion. The path ahead is too sacred to be walked in spiritual silence. The calling on your life is too great to be led by opinions or fear. That is why this message arrived now, before the next door, before the next decision, before the next test, because God wants you prepared, not just protected. My beloved, do not wait for thunder when God is whispering. Some people anticipate a miracle to arrive in a loud, dramatic moment, but heaven often enters like a gentle breath, soft, quiet, but overflowing with power. Right now, God is breathing over you through this message. Can you feel it? The stillness that is enveloping your heart is not emptiness. It is holy presence. It is heaven waiting for your spirit to echo back. Speak, Lord, I am listening. And if you can utter those words now, even silently in your heart, the silence will begin to break. The guidance will begin to flow. The next instructions will become crystal clear. But if you remain distant, if you scroll away, if you treat this message like mere noise, then silence will persist. Not to punish you, but to teach you how to treasure His voice when it returns. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go, through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. Ispat. 8. My child, my cherished one. I have navigated through battles to deliver this word to you. I have stood in meetings in heaven where your name was spoken by angels. I have watched as scrolls were unsealed and witnessed the moment where God marked this date on the timeline of your life. You were never meant to miss this. You were never meant to wander for so long, and yet even your wandering served a purpose because it trained your ears to recognize the true voice of God. And now, in this sacred hour, your spirit is ready, but you must act accordingly. You must remain where the voice is speaking. You must stay in this presence until something profound shifts within you. Beloved, if you could perceive what has been building for you in the unseen realm, you would fall to your knees in profound awe. There is a divine release approaching your household, a miracle enveloped in silence. But it cannot be delivered to a distracted heart. God is endeavoring to speak, not with thunderous roars, but with consuming fire, not to terrify you, but to awaken you. This message is alive, and if you allow it to become silent, so too will heaven. My child, my cherished one, heaven's silence is not a rejection, it is a preparation. But this is not one of those silences. This is the final trumpet call before the next chapter. You are not forgotten. You are being summoned. You are not being punished. You are being warned, and this warning is steeped in love. If you respond now, you will witness how fiercely heaven has been fighting for you behind the scenes. But if you turn away, the silence that follows will impart a lesson you were never meant to learn the hard way. My child, my cherished one, you may believe you have heard from God before, but not in this manner. This is not a sermon. This is not a verse shared in passing. This is a spiritual dispatch, a divine transmission carrying sacred urgency. There is a ripple commencing in the supernatural realm that will shake the natural world around you. And whether that ripple brings restoration or ruin depends on how you respond in this precise moment. The enemy has been whispering to you that you are forgotten, that you are just one among many. But heaven states otherwise. Your name possesses weight, and right now that name is trembling in the air between angels. One whisper of yours can activate assistance you never imagined. But if you allow this to pass, even the angels will fall silent. Not because they gave up, but because you ceased listening. My child, my cherished one, you have no conception of what has been hidden in the vault of heaven with your name upon it. God does not speak without reason, and he would never dispatch Archangel Michael unless it constituted an emergency right now. Scrolls are being reviewed, timelines are being rewritten, and prayers that were delayed are being revisited because of this singular moment. The message you are reading is not an accident. It is the definitive confirmation, the divine. Yes, you have begged for. The next step you have cried out to perceive, and the only thing heaven requires now is your response. My beloved, I need you to grasp something you have never fully understood. God is not ignoring you. He has been tirelessly attempting to reach you repeatedly, but your ears have been dulled by distractions. Your spirit has been obscured by layers of noise. But now, right now, there is a narrow space, a divine fissure in time where the veil is lifted and you can perceive again. But only if you decide that you are willing to shut out every other voice and lean into this one. If you hesitate, the veil will close, the silence will resume, and the instructions that were meant to come next will remain locked away. My child, my cherished one, do not permit pride or fear to push this message away. Do not say, "I will return to this later." Later is the enemy's most favored word. Later destroys more miracles than failure ever could. Later is the excuse that transforms divine instruction into a forgotten opportunity. You have been prepared for this moment for longer than you know. Your life has been progressing toward this crossroads. Even the pain you endured, the loss you could not explain. All of it brought you here, and now that you are finally standing before this holy moment, the question remains, will you say yes to the voice, or will you allow heaven to become silent? My beloved, I do not speak like this unless the matter is urgent, and I do not appear unless the veil is already open. This is your open window. This is the hour of divine transmission. And while others sleep, while others scroll past, you are sufficiently awake to perceive this. The atmosphere around you has shifted. Have you noticed that peculiar heaviness, that trembling sensation in your chest? It is not anxiety, it is awakening. Heaven is gently touching your spirit, not to frighten you, but to remind you that you are seen, that you are not forgotten. But also that you must choose, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, my child, my cherished one, the Spirit of God is pressing this moment into your heart with holy fire. Do you not perceive it? This is not merely a paragraph on a screen. This is the voice of eternity bending low to speak directly into your chaos. The questions you have buried under business, the fears you have disguised as logic, the prayers you offered without truly expecting an answer. They are all being answered now. But God will not shout. He will not break down your door. He will whisper. He will nudge. And if you disregard it, the silence will deepen. The peace you long for will seem distant, not because he has withdrawn, but because you ceased listening. My beloved, your life has been observed with great care. Nothing about your story has been random. The losses, the delays, the missed opportunities, even those were allowed for a divine purpose. But now that purpose is calling louder than ever, and this message is the key to unlock what was locked, to reignite what was fading, to stir what was buried. You are standing in front of a scroll that contains your next breakthrough. But you must lean in. You must stay long enough to hear what is next. The angels are watching. Heaven is waiting. The ink has not dried, but it will soon. My child, my cherished one, I plead with you as a messenger of the highest. Don't close this, not yet, because what I am about to reveal next is something very few people will ever get to hear. God has selected you for this message, not because you are perfect, but because you are ready. And even if you don't feel ready, Heaven has already seen your strength, your hunger, your longing for truth, and that is enough. But one more moment of silence will become one more lost opportunity. You have cried enough. You have wandered long enough. You have waited in confusion long enough. This is your moment, and it cannot be missed, my beloved. This is not just a test. This is a turning point. The old cycle you have been trapped in is weakening. That strange feeling you have had lately, that something is shifting. But you cannot explain it. That is because the old door is closing. And this message, this divine encounter, is the key to the new one. But you must walk through it. and you must do it while the door is open. The enemy will try to distract you even now, maybe with doubt, maybe with logic, maybe with your phone ringing or someone knocking. But know this: every distraction is a sign of how serious this message truly is. The darker the interference, the brighter the miracle behind it. My child, my cherished one, I must tell you this next part with a trembling heart, because the silence that could come after this is not just quiet, it is spiritual distance, and the truth is heaven cannot speak into places where trust has gone missing. This is why God is trying to reach you now before the gap widens, before your heart forgets the sound of his voice. You don't even realize it yet, but you have been on a path where everything sacred has been trying to reach you through signs, through timing, through dreams, even through your pain. But you kept asking for a louder signal, and now God has gone to the highest level possible. He sent me, and I am not here to comfort only. I am here to warn. If you ignore this message, a spiritual silence will begin, one that will feel like numbness in your soul, one that will make it harder to hear heaven the next time. But you don't have to let it happen. You can stop it now. Right here, my beloved. I have seen what has been happening around you, the confusion, the circles, the almost breakthroughs that seem to fade at the last second. That is not coincidence. That is delay caused by interference. And the reason this message is reaching you today is because the interference is about to be removed if you let the voice of God step in. But if you do not respond, the interference may multiply. Doors that were meant to open in days could take months. People that were meant to bless you could be reassigned. Miracles that had your name on them could be redirected, all because the voice of heaven was ignored one too many times. My child, my cherished one, listen deeply, not with your ears, but with your inner knowing. You feel it, don't you? The trembling behind your ribs, the burning in your eyes, the sudden feeling that someone is in the room with you as you read this. That is not imagination. That is presence. That is me, Archangel Michael. I was sent to tell you this in a way no human voice could. You are chosen, and when the chosen one starts drifting, heaven doesn't send a whisper. It sends a rescue. This message is your rescue, but even rescues can be missed when the soul is distracted. Beloved, I was instructed to say this to you word for word. Tell them, I am still here, but I will not shout. Tell them I am still speaking, but I will not compete with noise. Tell them if they want to hear me, they must be still. That was God's instruction for you, not for anyone else, not for the world, just you. Do not let this pass you by. I know what the enemy has tried to do to make you feel unworthy, too flawed, too late, too broken. But that voice isn't heaven's. It is hell's last attempt to keep you from opening this scroll, because when you do, truly do, your eyes will open and your soul will remember. My child, my cherished one, the divine silence you feared isn't God's punishment, it is his mercy. He has been waiting for your full attention. But now that silence is coming to an edge, and this message is the final soft knock. After this, heaven will step back and wait. And while God's love never leaves, his voice can grow quiet when the heart refuses to respond. You do not want to enter your next season without heaven's voice guiding you. You do not want to walk into decisions, relationships, opportunities without the whisper that tells you this is the way. Walk in it, because what looks good on the outside can destroy you if the inside is not led by God's sound. My beloved, you may be wondering why this message feels so different, why it feels like it is reading your soul instead of just your eyes. It is because it was written with divine fingerprints. God doesn't need paper to speak. He writes directly on the human heart. and right now he is writing on yours. Don't let the enemy talk you out of what is happening. Don't dismiss this as just another message. It is not. This is the moment that could heal the delay in your life, the silence in your soul, the pain in your purpose. But you must let it in, and you must choose to remain in this moment fully. My child, my cherished one, I see your timeline. I see the blessing that is rushing toward you. I see the miracle that is inches from reaching your doorstep. I see the person who is about to be reintroduced into your life, carrying an apology and a gift. I see the financial release being finalized in realms you cannot yet access. But all of these are connected to your spiritual posture, not your performance, but your willingness to listen. When you say yes to this voice, everything realigns. When you shut your heart, everything begins to wander. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be open, my child, my cherished one. I need you to realize how rare this opportunity is. Not everyone hears this message. Not everyone is reached like this. Heaven only opens this level of access when something urgent is unfolding in the unseen. Something is about to touch your life, something you have prayed for but almost gave up on. But God is not only trying to give you a blessing, He is trying to give you back your hearing, spiritual hearing, the ability to sense before the chaos begins, the ability to shift before the storm hits, the ability to step into the right place at the exact right time. And this moment is the reactivation. This message is the reset, but the window will not stay open. The silence will return if the signal is rejected. And if you truly believe in the power of this prophetic word and the anointing it carries, share this video right now with someone who needs a breakthrough. As you share, you activate that anointing and extend this divine favor and breakthrough to your entire network. Be a vessel of God's power. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He is extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life if you follow it. You will not just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.